Bob, it sounds like you're saying there may be a difference between what you might call instrumentally salvific truths and intrinsically salvific truths, where instrumental truths lead us to faith in Christ, but intrinsically salvific truths is the thing we must believe in order to have everlasting life. What do you have to say about that?
There are different ways that a person can come to the point of believing in Jesus for the promise of everlasting life. There's only one way to be saved. It's through Jesus Christ, and it's through faith in Jesus Christ. But how we get to the point of coming to faith in Jesus is as different as there are born-again people. You know, some people have done it through great tragedy in their lives. Some people have come to faith as little children. Some people have come to faith in their deathbed. Some people in the foxhole. Some people, you know, as they're about to die. All kinds of different ways people have come to faith in Christ. All kinds of different things God has used to persuade them. So if you call that instrumentality, right. But there's really only one way, and it's through faith in Jesus, and it's specifically for his promise of everlasting life or the equivalent. You know, not everybody hears those words, everlasting life. Sometimes they hear eternal salvation, or salvation that can't be lost, or once saved, always saved, or justification, or an eternal relationship with him is a popular one today, right? But there's lots of different ways, but how we get there is not the same for everybody. That's why when I evangelize, the one thing I want to make crystal clear is it's all about Jesus. It's not about you. It's not about your life. It's about his life. It's not about what you promise. It's about what he promised. He promised everlasting life. You don't have to promise to commit yourself to him, because it's not about you. It's about him. And he gives everlasting life to everybody who simply believes in him. That to me is beautiful. And that should motivate us to serve him. Since he laid down his life for us, we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. You know, we know John 3:16. We don't tend to think enough about 1 John 3:16, which is that he laid down his life for us. Therefore, we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. His death, his substitutionary death for us, should be an example to us. Now, the example view of the atonement is heresy. That is, we look at his dying on the cross and we follow his example so that we can work our way to heaven. That's heresy. But the idea that we look and see that he died on the cross for us, therefore we ought to be laying down our lives for our spouses, for our children, for our friends, for other people, that's orthodoxy. That's biblical Christianity. That's right on.